Gary was the class of 2004, an absolute star football player for us. Went on to Northern Illinois University and played there, and then went on to the San Diego Chargers.
From a young age, I was really like clear on my intentions and like what my vision was for like the first chapter, if you will, of my professional life. And I was really like dead set on making it as a professional athlete and as a professional football player. And I was thinking like 2 and 3 steps ahead on where I would have like the best opportunity to play my sport and have an opportunity um, being exposed, like playing my sport, which was football at a really solid program, but then at the same time get a really good education so that I would be the most well prepared for those collegiate years that would unquestionably come for me. And so as I got more and more serious, I really started to look at Marmion as like an incredible opportunity. And
Looking back at your Marmion years, who there influenced you the most? What teachers or coaches or whatever that you
yeah,
really remember favorably?
yeah. I mean, Tony Tinarella was a huge influence in Coach Rowley very early on, coaching me as a freshman playing football. I mean, all the incredible instructors and teachers and just like the system as a whole. It was a really beautiful thing, a family atmosphere, and it fostered like the foundations of like really great character.
Tell me a little bit about your experience there in the NFL.
It was one of the most incredible experiences of my life, because it's like now I have that all of those lessons that I learned, if you will, to carry forward with me as kind of proof that all of this stuff is real, all of this stuff that we talk about. um, and what can really happen, like I said, if you're willing to focus, make sacrifices, believe in yourself, and really pay the cost to materialize whatever your vision or goal is. Just really being grounded in a level of faith that gave me conviction around, you know, who I was, where I came from, what my purpose was, what my capabilities were. Like watching NFL games, it was always not from like a spectator's point of view, but more of a point of view to like pick up the little nuances and like see if there's anything for me there that I could learn and test out and try out and what it was that I was doing.
Now, if you could get back to St. Rita's and put yourself in front of the sixth, seventh, and eighth grade boys, what would you
hmm
tell them about Marmion?
Start to get serious really early and start to think about your future. And that was one of the things that I was really focused upon, was like my long-term vision and then the milestones that would be necessary so that I stayed on like the right trajectory to where I was looking to go. And I looked at what would set me up for the best opportunity to stay focused and get to the collegiate level, and have a really good opportunity in college to build a great life for myself wherever it ended up being. And I felt that that's what Marmion was for me. Was like this, you know, me making this bet on my future, right? But then when I got there, it actually ended up being this thing where I met so many people and made so many incredible relationships, that it ended up being like a true, like holistic, incredible experience.
Tell us a little bit about your life after football. What have you been up to?
Yeah, so I retired the 2015-2016 season was my last year, and I can tell you that from year one in the league, 2009, my rookie year, I had already like had, a relatively significant amount of miles on my legs, if you will, and
Mm-hmm.
a ACL rupture, and that was in like '06 or '07. And my rehabilitation and physical therapy in the early phases of that, um, I wasn't quite able to get a full range of motion back in that one knee and that one leg. And so I think that kind of like led to me like some, you know, overcompensating on like different areas of the body. And I think over time, there was like a confluence of injuries that just kind of like all added up. By the time I, got to like year seven, it was season seven in the league where I had another ACL tear, the opposite knee, and that was like my body had kind of had enough of it.
Mm-hmm.
3 or 4 years into my playing career, I started investing in real estate, and then that led to me developing real estate and then starting to like acquire like income producing real estate and things of that nature. And so since I had already ventured out into that territory prior to my retirement, it was like I had like this very natural progression into, you know, my life as an entrepreneur. Day one of my retiring, I always maintained a purpose to like kind of like keep growing, keep evolving, keep developing. I learned from life experience, and a lot that I learned from having an incredible like surroundings of an incredible network, and a lot that I've learned through really study research and like really being kind of like this mindset of a lifelong learner. And that just life experience, it brought me back to having such a deep passion for like growth, development, you know, understanding, knowledge, reading, and really like growing as an individual, both spiritually and intellectually. So it brought me to a place where I like got a lot of passion around, you know, the experiences that I've had and the value that they've produced. And so my entrepreneurial life now has merged all of that into also like being a creator. Like I'm writing right now, I'm writing a book right now, and I'm actually writing online and creating content also. So it's been a very enjoyable process, and there's been a lot of progress, growth, and like these different stages and phases of my development that have been great.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I remember watching you play, and you were always very focused and very aggressive. I always enjoyed watching you play, but obviously your life lessons translated to the football field and beyond, which is just awesome. And as you point out, not always the case with professional athletes. We read so many times about those guys who just lose their way after they get out of the game. And clearly you had a plan going in and you had a plan going out, and you've executed it very well.
Well, yeah, look, I'm just thankful, like, and you know, grateful to God for like really, you know, keeping me on the right path, and keeping my perspective in the right place. Because, you know, I've in no way, shape, or form been perfect. I've had um just as many like challenges and setbacks as I've had successes. Um, but that's the beauty of it, is like I think that the challenges and, you know, the setbacks, these are the things that really do the work on us as individuals. They kind of, you know, forge us into becoming something that we can be proud of, because we're able to like look back and see how far we've come. Anybody who's had like a story in a life that's just always been like consistently and in a linear fashion, just up and to the right their whole life, that's not like a compelling or interesting story. The interesting stories that we admire are the people that you know, start here and go here and then maybe come here and then like surmount another big, you know, obstacle, and there's another big mountain to climb, and there's another big giant to slay, and like those are the stories that are like really inspiring for us. So I think we're probably always looking for and trying to find opportunities to grab that inspiration, what the next inspiration is going to be to kind of like take us to the next level.
That's great perspective. Larry English, Marmion Academy, class of 2004. Thanks so much for joining us on this Alumni Spotlight.
Oh yeah, thank
Appreciate
you so much
having
for
you.
having me. Take care, Bill. I appreciate this. Take care.
Thank you, Larry.